Hello everybody and welcome back. Are you guys feeling ready for another tournament? Because I know I am. I think these are my new favorite videos to film. I look forward to them so much. And today we're going to be doing lip glosses and lip oils. I think it's going to be a spicy one. So before we get started, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already and let the tournament begin. Here's our bracket of the day. These are all of the lip glosses and lip oils that I own in my collection, and I tried to pair them as best as I could. So let's get started. So on the top left, we have the Laura Mercier Lip Glacé versus the Shiseido Shimmer Gel Gloss. Now, these both came into my life, I believe the same month. They're really, really nice. I had my moment with this shade specifically from Laura Mercier in the shade Rosé 125. I couldn't get enough. This was my everyday gloss, and then it kind of fell off for me. This shade specifically is a really nice nudie lighter gloss for my skin tone, so it highlighted my lips really nicely without the pigment falling into my lip texture. And the Shiseido one is so unique, just the color. This texture is really nice. It's a true gel. The formula kind of reminds me of the Tower 28 lip jellies in a way. It has that super slippy texture. It feels really nice, but it stays suspended on your lips really nicely, and it gives a glass-like effect. I would say the Laura Mercier feels kind of more like a classic gloss texture. It has that tack, that stick, whereas this one feels very slippy and smooth, like a watery gel. And this specific shade 02 Toki Nude, I believe it's called, has this most gorgeous fine pearl within it that just exaggerates the glossy effect. I think I'm leaning more towards the Shiseido gloss. This one I had my phase and then I went out and I kind of never went back to it. It just chills in my collection most of the time, whereas I reach for this one more often. So Shiseido, you win the first round. In the next bracket, we have the Merit Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oils against the Shine On Lip Jellies from Tower 28. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be like, shut up and just, we know which one's going to win here. And yeah, but I still wanted to describe both of them. So first, for the Tower 28 lip jellies, these are amazing. These have been some of my favorite lip glosses for a few years now. They have amazing shades and they're just some of the most comfortable glosses. They're very dramatic for a gloss. You'll get that mirrored-like effect that will fill in all of your lip lines and just make your lips look really nice and juicy and plump. I love the tinted versions because they're very smooth in their pigmentation. They don't get streaky, but they still have a lot of drama to them. They also feel very hydrating. Like at the end of the day, my lips don't feel dry or anything. Like some glosses can make your lips feel a little bit weird, whereas this one really hydrates them. It almost feels like a lip treatment at times. I love all of the shades. Some of my favorites are Sesame, Chill, which is the clear, Spicy, and Cashew. Those are my top four. And for the Merit lip oils, I love how consistent they are in pigment as well. They have quite a bit of pigment and they have a really nice sheen to them. I wish they were more dramatic in their glow, and I wish they were more hydrating on the lips. This is one of the glosses that I feel like I need to go in with a lip balm after wearing these. It feels kind of like a dry oil, but the shades are really pretty. They're consistent. They're not streaky whatsoever, and I reach for them often, but not as often as the Tower 28. So the Shine On jellies are moving on. In the next bracket, we have the COSSIS Wet Lip Oils against the Wet n Wild Megaslicks Lip Glosses. These are two formulas that I admire quite a bit. So first up with the Wet n Wild formula, these are really great glosses from the drugstore. They feel very lightweight. They're also very consistent in their pigmentation. They have some clear ones to some really beautiful metallic glittery ones. There's so many fun shades available, and they're also very nice and slim, so they're easy to just carry around if you want to put a bunch of them in your makeup bag, like I have done plenty of times. The texture is really nice and easy to work with and wear. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, it doesn't create those lip gloopy lines. None of these ones will. They are not allowed in my collection if they do that, because that is so embarrassing when you're talking and it does like the spider web thing. Disgusting. I hate that. But yeah, this is a very beautiful, kind of more gel leaning gloss. I just love the tones that they come in. But the COSSIS Wet Lip Oils might steal the show for a few reasons. I think this is the perfect everyday gloss. It has the perfect amount of shine. It's not going to be the most dramatic glossy effect out there, but you still get that beautiful shine. This one layers beautifully on any other lipstick. My favorite one that Kosas offers is kind of boring. It's the shade Jellyfish. It's just the clear one. It's just amazing to keep in my bag. I've gone through tubes and tubes and tubes of this. The packaging is really cute. The texture is really beautiful. It doesn't feel like a classic lip oil. It kind of feels like a lip gloss and a lip oil had a baby. So it's just perfectly in there, so comfortable and hydrating. Oh, I can't say enough good things. The applicator is really nice and small. Sometimes with lip oils, they have like those huge mega ones, which I find it's easier to reapply without a mirror when it's this small. You can really feel like your Cupid's bow and such. So this one is winning. The Kosas lip oils win. In the next bracket, we have the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Oils against the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil. I have the shade Strawberry in the Clarins and Tint in the Haus Labs. So these are quite similar in a lot of ways. I feel like Clarins was the first kind of lip oil to go viral, as you'd say. Like a few years ago, people went nutsos. I recently just got my first one. This is the lip oil I'm wearing on my lips today. The way that this smells is so good. This is the best smelling lip product I have ever had in my collection. It smells nostalgic to me. It smells like strawberries. It smells like, maybe those yogurt candies. They're swirly and so good. I haven't had those in years. I don't know what brand makes those. I don't even know if they're a thing anymore, but that's what this smells like. Oh my God, I'm craving those so hard right now. Oh no. I'm gonna have to find them. Anyways, this lip oil feels very thin. It's so glossy. It feels very hydrating. It's just like what you would think and expect and want from a lip oil. Whereas the Haus Labs one is very similar. It has a very thin consistency. This one has a more unique aspect to it. I don't know if all of the shades do this, but Tint kind of adjusts to your pH and it turns more pink and it kind of stains your lips a touch. But the thing that I found and I feared is that this one does make my lips feel dry if I wear this for a long time. Like I feel like I can't use this one a few days in a row. I can wear it for one day and then I have to move on to something else, or else it makes my lips feel very dehydrated. And I'm not too sure why. I feared about that. I remember lots of people warned me about that when I first got this. They were right. So although this one is super new, like it's only been in my collection for less than 2 weeks, I know this one is moving forward. I have been wearing this nonstop and the smell alone just brings me back. I love it. Now moving on to the right side, we've got the Dior Lip Glow Oils versus the NYX Fat Oil Lip Drips. Such a fun name. Love the packaging on this, so cute. Love lime green like this. I think this was modeled heavily after the Dior lip glow oils. They feel very similar. The Dior lip glow oil has kind of a stickier consistency for a lip oil. It's not what you would expect. It kind of feels, hello? It kind of feels like a classic lip gloss when you're applying it. It has like this resistant kind of tacky texture, but then it just melts onto your lips and it just stays put for a long time. My two favorite shades are Mahogany and Rosewood. Those are the two that I find to be the most worth it. The other ones are just very sheer tints. They're just colored clear lip oils pretty much. Whereas these ones do deposit a little tint, and in my opinion, they make it more worth it. This is a product I go in and out of phases all the time. I think it is really pretty. If you apply too much of this on your lips, you can get those lip lines. So I've learned to just go in with one dip and that should cover my entire lip. But if I go in with two, that's when it becomes like a sticky, gloopy mess. And now talking about the NYX Fat Lip Oils. These are a little bit too new for me to really talk about. I've only had this about like 5 days in my collection. I haven't worn it too much. I don't think I've even worn this out of the house yet, and I was only able to get my hands on the clear version. I feel like I need to know what the tinted versions look like before putting this forward, so Dior is winning this round. We have that history. I know them through and through. Moving on to the next battle here. These two formulas are very similar. Again, I think Maybelline modeled their lifter glosses after the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs, and for this video, I decided to combine all of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs. I know that's kind of not very fair, but I would have had uneven numbers of glosses and it just would have messed up this whole situation up. Plus I only have the creams and the heats, but to quickly compare the heat versus the cream, I find them to be very similar. The heat just plumps your lips a little bit and they smell bad in my opinion. I feel like they kind of have this tobacco-y scent to them. It's like that classic plumper smell, which I don't like. So I rarely ever reach for them. I do prefer the cream version over that. But then again, the cream versions are nice, but I find it depends on the shade. Sometimes the cream ones, I find the pigment settling into my lip lines and it can look uneven and it just doesn't look the best. The most even one I found is Fenty Glow, but even so, I don't reach for the Fenty glosses that much anymore. I don't know why. I adored like the shimmery versions. I recently decluttered them because they were still the original tubes from when Fenty launched. They were just way too old to be putting on my mouth. But yeah, I kind of feel like they're more nostalgic in a lot of ways because she launched the gloss bombs right at the cusp of liquid lipsticks going out of style and everyone shifting to lip oils and glosses. So I think she launched the gloss bombs at the most perfect time. This was like my first high-end gloss. Before that was just those really drying liquid lipsticks. I feel like there has been better formulas launched since, or ones that I like better personally. I feel like I'm getting nervous talking about this because I know these are a lot of people's holy grails, but I'm going to put forward the lifter glosses for a few reasons. I find this one to be more consistent in pigment. This specific shade that I have is 008 Stone. It is so beautiful. It's very reminiscent of Fenty Glow in a lot of ways. It's just a little bit more brown yellow toned in comparison to Fenty Glow. Fenty Glow has a bit more pink in it. And this one doesn't have a sheen or glitter or pearl in here. It's just a flat color and I feel like it rests on my lips better. It doesn't do the settling thing. I like the texture more. There's just a lot about it that I prefer these days. And Maybelline gets the dub. In the next bracket, we have two very similar products again. We have the Rare Beauty Glossy Lip Balms versus the Ilia Balmy Gloss. So they kind of swapped the names there. So I'm now realizing I should have put this in my Balm tournament, but that's okay. I think it would have made the numbers uneven and weird, so it's okay. It was all meant to be. Don't have regrets. You don't have to refilm. Okay, so this one's tricky. Although they sound very similar, I think of them very differently. The Ilia version is more of like a lipstick in my mind, like a glossy lipstick, because it has so much pigment and not so much gloss or glow. And for a balm, they don't feel very hydrating. Maybe they have a little bit more of a slip compared to a lip oil or a gloss. And the Rare Beauty formula truly sounds like the name. It's a balm gloss. I'm having trouble here, so I swatched both. So this is Ilia Petals and this is Rare Beauty Nearly Rose. Right away, I'm trying to decipher which one I reach for more often, and I think it's the Rare Beauty version. I really like how this one is glossy but very hydrating, and it actually feels like a curing lip balm. It also deposits a cute amount of tint. It's not the most pigmented, but it's still very even and it looks very flattering. Whereas these ones, I find that the pigment can slip and slide around your mouth. This kind of feels more like the Merit lip oils now that I'm putting two and two together here. It has that drying feeling a little bit. So I think I'm leaning more towards the Rare Beauty Glossy Balms. And in the last bracket, we've got the Fenty Skin Cherry Treat Conditioning Lip Oil versus the AF94 Give 'Em Lip High Shine Lip Gloss. These ones are kind of different from one another. They didn't really have any other matches. I guess in finish, they're kind of similar because they're both super dramatic effects. So for the AF94 gloss, this is very reminiscent of the Glossier gloss, but not so sticky. It gives a very dramatic glass effect to your lips. It just puts them on display. There's no lip lines to be seen. People can definitely see their reflection in this lip finish. And for the Fenty Beauty one, it's very similar. It has a dramatic effect. It also smells really good. It smells like the blue treat in those Scooby snacks. The best one. Exactly. It smells exactly like that, with maybe a little tint of Play-Doh. So this has that nostalgic feature to it, but oh god, I don't know which one I want to put forward. I love both of these for so many different reasons. They're so unlike one another. I guess now that I'm looking at the other things around here, the Clarins one is very similar to this, but I think I prefer the Clarins in a few ways. Also, the cap on this seems to break quite a bit. I've heard that from many of you as well. I I think I'm leaning more towards the AF94 gloss because it's very unique to my collection. It's the most dramatic gloss I've got, and it also pairs well with other lip colors, especially since it's a clear gloss. I find that to be very important. It needs to layer well on other things. I think the AF94 is going to win here. Now let's go back to the top left. We have the Shiseido Shimmer Gel Gloss versus the Tower 28 Lip Jellies. Now I think it's going to come down to shade here. I love both of these formulas. I don't want to reiterate everything I said, but I think I'm going to put forward the Tower 28 formula because I love so many other shades, whereas I only have this specific color and a clear version. I have like 7 shades in the Tower 28s and I continue to collect them. So Tower 28 more versatile in this category. I'm already starting to get stressed. I feel my heart rate coming up. I'm already starting to feel like I'm picking between my children, you know, which ones are going to survive and which one's not. It's getting emotional. So now we've got the Kosas Wet Lip Oils versus the Clarins Comfort Oils. Although you smell good, we don't have much history together. And I have so many of the Kosas ones. Like I have some in my purse right now. I don't know. I feel like, oh goodness. I think it's going to come down to Kosas and Tower 28 in the next round. That's going to be a difficult one. But yeah, I think Kosas wins. Jumping to the right side of things, we've got the Dior Lip Glow Oils versus the Lifter Glosses from Maybelline. I think I'm going to, okay, interesting. I'm leaning more towards Maybelline for a couple reasons. More affordable. I think the tints are way more apparent when you're wearing them. I feel like it's better for your money because you get a lot of pigmentation, I guess. I don't know if that's my true answer. I feel heartbroken in a world that I leave Dior behind, but this is just for fun. I have to remind myself this is just for fun. It's not that serious. It's just makeup, but is it? My biggest passion. I'm trying to prolong the inevitable right here. But yeah, I think the Lifter Glosses are winning. They have such a fun shade range. The texture is amazing. It's so comfortable. Although I love Dior so much, I find myself trying to find alternatives more and more as other lip oils come out to the market. So I think I'm going to go for the gloss in this round, the Maybelline Lifter Glosses. Again, we have 2 famous people pitted against each other right here. Halsey versus Selena Gomez. Rare Beauty versus AF94. My gut tells me Rare Beauty right away just because it's a more unique formula and it's very unlike everything else here. It has that hydrating, healing property, that cute tint, the fun applicator. I love the packaging because it doesn't roll off my desk and make me mad like a lot of other round packaging. Although the AF94 gloss is so dramatic and so fun to wear and apply and look at. Yeah, I think it's going, I don't know. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. Yes, Rare Beauty. Although, okay, now I'm thinking about it again. I don't know if I feel completely right in my decision. I do take this on many trips, whereas I don't pack this one as often. I feel like that's telling. And when I was trying to find it, I almost clicked on AF94. I think it's actually AF94. Yeah, it is. Whoa, the drama of it all. And here we are. Here we go. Tower 28 versus COSSIS. Oh goodness. That's really hard for me to do. These are 2 of my everyday go-tos. If one of these were on the other side of the bracket, I feel like it would come down to COSSIS and Tower 28, but it's going to be interesting. Who knows? I can't believe I have to choose between these 2. I think these are my 2 top favorite glosses here. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Do I put forward my favorite shades again? Do I think about shades because I only like Jellyfish from COSSIS, but I like so many of the Tower 28 colors. But COSSIS is my everyday reach for it, whereas Tower 28 is for like more special occasions when I want dramatic lips. Oh my goodness. What do I do? I feel like I need to flip a coin for real this time. Oh my gosh, I can't make a decision. Guys, thank goodness I'm going to be able to like edit this down If this was live, you guys would be yelling at me for how long this is taking me to decide. I'm so 50-50 on this because I love the packaging on the COSSIS ones. If it was just packaging, I would go COSSIS, but the colors, I like Tower 28. What do I do? Oh my god. Maybe I need a moment to think about it. Maybe we'll move on to the other side for a second. Maybelline versus AF94. This is much easier. It's going to be AF94. And then back to Tower 28 and COSSIS. Honestly feel like it's COSSIS because I wear it every single day. I repurchase them. I have multiples of them. I think that's where my heart lies. Bloop. And here we are, the finals. I think we know which one's going to win now. I kind of feel like this was maybe a little bit unpredictable potentially, but the winner of my favorite lip glosses and lip oils is ding ding ding, COSSIS. You win. I'm happy with that. I think this is such a lovely product. The packaging is so cute. The texture is so wonderful. I love the applicator. I love every single thing about this. There's nothing that I dislike. This is one of COSSIS's top products in my opinion. Probably the one I use the most often too. So I think this was perfect. This is my favorite. La la la. I actually have two of them right in my office. Here we are. Kiss. You win. And there we have it. What do you guys think of today's tournament? Did you predict the winner? Let me know which one you thought was going to win or if you got it correct. I think that's going to be so fun. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's tournament. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. I will make sure to link all of these glosses and lip oils in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!